And Deborah Barish.
And we're happy that you joined us all weekend. LA Punk Film Festival presented by Beach Dancer Films. We're really excited. We've got some filmmakers up that we're going to be interviewing, as well as John Doe from X, Gilbert, Trejo, and we're going to be going down the list of filmmakers as they appear in this next half hour. So this is all live, and there'll be also exclusive X merchandise available, which we'll be talking about as well. So let's, if we could quickly introduce ourselves, maybe you can change the spotlight. Of course, we got John Doe here from X joining us.
Hi, John.
And we got Gilbert Trejo, film director.
Hey, how's it going?
That's a tattoo.
This one.
Is it tattoo?
Whoa. It's a Hoochie Coochie Man tattoo.
Wow, that's cool. I thought you were just taking
My
notes.
headphones, Mojo 2, John the Conqueror route.
Sweet. Sweet.
Awesome. And the other filmmakers that are all here, because I'm using my phone, I can't fully see everybody that's in the room right now. You can introduce yourself.
Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan Greenberg, and this is Flowers. I'm the director of The Bathtub, which is a film that showed at LA Punk Film Festival, and Amanda is one of the stars of the film.
Awesome. Let's start with John Doe. Well, we got him. John is here. You just released your latest album, Alphabet Land, which is the first album X has put out in 27 years since their last studio album. It's 27 minutes long, and it's also 40 years after the release of Los Angeles. I've done some homework. And you're going to be joined by Gilbert Trejo, who directed the music video for Alphabet Land. As far as I know, you guys also did a movie together recently where you're acting in the movie.
That's a lot of facts and figures. I'm trying to make sure that they're all right, but I think you got them all right. Yeah, Gilbert and I worked on a teaser to try to make a post-apocalyptic movie, which Gilbert can talk about. And I was just thrilled that the rest of the band said, "Okay, let's give this guy a try. You say he's pretty good," and it turned out incredibly great. I'm just sorry that I didn't see the rest of the movies. I didn't realize that this was going on. I want to see a movie called Bathtub. Someone who looks like Dylan and has a movie called Bathtub, I'm in. See, I grew up in Baltimore, which is John Waters' territory, and I knew those guys.
Oh yeah.
It was a great thing for fucking up stuff.
The Bathtub stars Bob Burt, who was the drummer for Pussy Galore and Sonic Youth, if you know him.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
We were excited to see that too. We were plugging it the other day. I saw that on the info on LAPunkFilmFestival.com. So, John, this new album of yours, it was released recently. I guess, have you had a chance to do any kind of odd concerts anywhere in the world where you're actually allowed to perform, or are you guys going to wait on that in virtual world tour?
Yeah, I've been doing some Facebook things, but which I'm actually doing another one tomorrow, kind of morning. But no, we haven't. It's incredibly frustrating. We're trying to just keep things going by doing videos. You know, the one that Gilbert did, and another one that our friend Bill Morgan did. And yeah, I mean, every musician, bartender, restaurant worker that I know is out of work, and it has been since March or April. So yeah, we're in the same boat. I'm just really fortunate that I saved some money, and X has been good to me the last few years. So there's a lot of people that are less fortunate. So I'm super grateful.
Where are you living, John? Where are you living? Are you in LA?
No, I live in Austin, Texas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I moved here about 3 years ago.
It's another
Gotcha.
hot spot.
And this is the first album where all of the members collaborated equally for the songwriting. I was wondering if that you guys all brought songs over the 27 years that you wrote on your own to the table, or was this all like, let's write a song in the studio over there?
Well, I wouldn't say we equally contributed to writing the songs. Exene and I, did a lot of the work, and then Billy and DJ added on things during our rehearsals. So for just unity and things like that, and the fact that they did contribute a lot in the way that the songs end up in their final version, we decided just to make the songwriting credit shared by all of us.
Got you. And Alphabet Land, what's the concept behind that? Like, without even knowing, without getting into that, I was thinking, is that about Alphabet City in New York? Or is it about writing? What is Alphabet Land? What was the concept?
Wait a minute. Let me call up Exene. Yeah. What's Alphabet Land about? She doesn't know either. But originally, she wrote it as a fantasy about the god Mercury, and originally it was called Mercury, but Billy kept referring to it as Alphabet Land, which is an old board game in the 50s, because Billy's from the 50s, and I mean both literally and figuratively, he's from the 50s, and anyway, so it ended up being more about regeneration or reclaiming your power, because at the beginning of it, it's there's all this shit going down, and the alphabet is wrecked, and then the alphabet is mine, and you're reclaiming some power. That's the best I can do. Gilbert, what's Alphabet Land about? I don't know. You made a video for it. What?
I mean, when I first heard the song, it just felt like classic X to me. It's like, to music makes me feel, it just like gets me completely going. Some music, X has always, since I was a little kid, kind of put me into my own space. It feels like the space that you guys create is both internal and external, and I really like the idea. When you reached out to me, the whole city was empty. It was a blank slate. We were driving anywhere took 5 minutes in Los Angeles, and all of the streets were empty. And it's the only time in my entire life I'd ever seen Hollywood kind of belong to no one. And I was driving around. I would just drive around and listen to. I think growing up in LA, you listen to music a lot in the car. And that's kind of like our mode. My mode is music in the car. I'm not like a headphones guy. I'm like a car stereo guy, And so I was driving around listening to it on repeat. It's still my #1 song in the Spotify most played. Like, my year is going to be like, dude, you listened to Alphabet Land. And I was driving around, and I kept driving up and down Hollywood Boulevard with this song playing, and everything boarded up and everything empty and everything, there was nobody else. And I was like, oh shit, Los Angeles, the energy of Los Angeles, it was like it belonged to Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, and then it was given to these like, the big golden era film stars, and then it kind of went just seedy and dark, and it belonged to like the sort of Killing of a Chinese Bookie era, Cassavetes, just seediness, and then X took the mantle, and Los Angeles has belonged to X since the mid-70s, and that's it. No one has ever reclaimed Los Angeles. No one has ever taken Los Angeles from you guys. You guys are still the standard bearer, basically, of the Los Angeles attitude, and with it being completely empty, I was like, oh, I just have to try to capture like that state of mind that you want to be able to, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like listening to your guys' music is like getting a little glimpse into this alternate universe that just seems so cool, and is LA. Like, we're somehow inhabiting the same streets, but you guys inhabited them differently. So I was like, I'm gonna try my best to, create that version of the city. And you know, you wake up from those dreams sometimes and you're like, man, I had this weird dream, like I was hanging out with so and so, but it wasn't really them, it was you, but it was this, you know, it's those weird. And so I just grabbed my like absolute closest friends. My girlfriend and I made the video. We were the entire crew basically, and you know, we just grabbed like our closest friends. We grabbed Kelly from Skating Polly and Henry from Starcrawler, and who had been basically training their entire lives to play John and Exene for even 3 minutes. Like that was, you know, Henry's stance, and he ran through my house grabbing every possible thing he could. Like, this is something John would hang from his headstock. This is something John would hang from his headstock. Like, just every little trinket, he's like, yeah, we're good. This looks like John's headstock. And everyone got their hair dyed, and we just took over the city and pretended like we were hanging out with you guys for a week. And that's what happened, I guess.
It's awesome. I was gonna say the new album sounds like, if I were to put it back to back with their stuff from the '80s, early '80s, it sounds on par. It sounds the same. And then your video, it's funny. You got this famous band. You can make all this money off their beautiful faces. We don't even see them. If I didn't know this band, I'd listen to this and think this is like a bunch of 21-year-olds with a cool song now, like Interpol running around the streets of New York or something. That's how I came on, because it was like cool. Like it became an experimental movie, kind of like Maya Deren or Louis Buñuel. Like, and I liked all the processes that you were doing with the film. Like, did you shoot that in Super 8? Was that in 16 mil? It was like real
yeah.
film.
I shot it with
like real film. And then you were
bullet.
doing processes afterwards where you were like filming the film and adding like something to it.
Yeah, letting it burn out, exposing it to light. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does that anymore, so that was really cool. So my next thing was like and I grew up like in Toronto, like as a music video editor during the '90s. So I saw a lot of videos, and your video was kind of reminding me of like Floria Sigismondi back in her days. So I'm I'm expecting you to if you're doing feature films, I'd like to see that experimental thing like Harmony Korine brings into his movies, so it's just not another Hollywood thing. You got a good eye for that, and I could see that in that music video. So it's like, I want to see what this movie looks like. You know?
Thank you.
Yeah, nobody's shooting your film. I don't even know where you can process that stuff anymore. But I thought that was cool, and I also thought it was cool that like the band were really mysterious. The only time I saw them was running away. And maybe I misheard you right, but did you have people acting as them in the music video, or was that them running down the street?
No, that was some friends of ours. That wasn't everyone Everyone was at home, but like Exene gave us a polka dot dress to use, and we had her bone bracelets, which we thought we lost one of them. Kelly thought she lost one of them in the mailbox when she was putting all the postcards in the mailbox. She was like, wait, I'm only wearing one of them. And we shot it late at night after we'd shot everything else, and she had only put on one of them, but I cannot tell you how terrified Kelly was when she thought she lost one of Exene's phone bracelets. We were like, well, we just have to sit here until they open the mailbox. But we just shoved all of these postcards with charcoal that just say like wrecked and mine all over on Hollywood Boulevard. We shot that right on Hollywood and Vine. She was like, I mean, it's a normal day in Hollywood, but if we're like, I think I left a bracelet in there.
I lived in New York for 10 years, so I was like Alphabet Land. I thought you were like near Seatown and like Avenue D running around like the projects there when I was looking at it the first time. I didn't realize it was done here.
Yeah, we were Hollywood Boulevard, East LA. We actually went to John and Exene's old apartment right there by off Santa Monica.
Yeah, Santa Monica and Genesee.
Yeah.
And, tell me about this movie you guys have. Is this movie out? Like John acts in a film you made?
No, it's a post-apocalyptic Western movie that I'd written, and we filmed a teaser for it a little while ago. And then right after we filmed that, I wrote another project that was like much smaller and more personal, kind of just about. It was like something I just needed to get off. I needed to get off of my chest right now. So I went and filmed this other movie. It's about like family and drug addiction. And at that time, John was working on a feature that I'm really excited to see. And so it's like kind of, bouncing back and forth. We're like doubling back.
So did that happen before the music video or after the music video?
It was before. That's how we I think why he trusted me to make a music video, and seems like kind of went to bat to get everyone else to agree.
Gotcha. Awesome. And I got a question. I got a couple questions for John. I just want to say, like, from the experimental movie stuff that I saw that you incorporated, I was friends with Floria back in the day, so I'd like to see you do like a media installation somewhere in LA at some point, because it would be something cool. I can already tell.
Oh yeah, when we get back to it, when we get back to being able to inhabit spaces together. Ooh. I want to just do as much as possible.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. And John, I have a couple questions for you. Growing up as a kid, listening to punk music in the 80s in Toronto, I discovered X and Gun Club and Tex and the Horseheads and this whole thing called cowpunk from LA. And I thought, I love that sound, this country punk sound. And I'm like, did what came before X during that? Like, what were you guys listening to that like made that come about? Like, was there a cowpunk scene? Like, I'm sure like you would hate that, like Andrew Eldridge would make me call like a god with the Sisters of Mercy band. But I'm just saying, like, I was like trying to describe your music back in the day, and I'm like, cowpunk sounded like a pretty cool thing, like with the country punk influence.
I mean, we got into more Americana sounds once Billy quit the band in '86. And Dave Alvin joined, but I want to be really brief because there's all these other nice people down there and over there, and I don't want to hijack this whole thing here, because this is a punk film festival, and I happen to be a punk rocker, but I didn't make a film. So at any rate, that cowpunk thing came out of just people wanting to express themselves with more country western type stuff, and we used to buy Webb Pierce and Tammy Wynette and Loretta Lynn records at thrift stores for 50 cents, and I would give the Blasters a lot of credit for bringing roots music into the punk rock scene, and same with Los Lobos and things like that. So it was just an evolution. After people had done a lot of punk rock music, and then there became a split with hardcore and like earlier punk rock music, and then their rockabilly was becoming really influential at that time, and it just evolved that way. So the way I would describe our music would just be original LA punk rock, I guess, which was really influenced by Chuck Berry and Little Richard and the Collins Kids and people like that. So we were less influenced by the Velvet Underground and doo-wop, which I think played a big role in the New York scene. And then I would say the kind of Mark Bolan and David Bowie had a big influence on the London scene. So we were more like driving in cars and drinking beer and like rock and roll West Coast style.
Gotcha. My last question for you, maybe you can confirm this rumor, but it was brought to my attention a couple months ago. Somebody told me that you're in rehearsal for a Broadway play put on by John Cougar Mellencamp. Is there any truth to that?
I did what is called a 29-hour rehearsal, which was new to me, and yeah, it has all these. It's what they call a jukebox Broadway show, and it has all these John Mellencamp songs in it, and it's about a couple that are Jack and Diane, and I played Jack's dad, and I was a real asshole, and so was Jack, and his girlfriend Diane was Latina, and it was totally weird. I mean, you could only work for 29 hours, but it took a week to do it. So you would have like these small rehearsals with like the band person, and I had to pretend that I read music and shit like that. But I tell you what, John Mellencamp can write a motherfucking chorus. Holy shit! You would hit those choruses and it'd be like, wow, that's a chorus, man. Everybody can sing that. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, and be sure to pick up the exclusive X merchandise. I'm sure Sandy West will be able to explain that later. I want to jump to all the other filmmakers that are here with us. I'm using my phone so I can't see all of them. We'll go with the people for Bathtub.
And before we go, John, I just want to say thank you so much. We started
I'm
4
gonna stick
years
around.
ago. Yeah.
If it's okay, I'm going to stick around because I want to
Excellent.
hear about the other movies.
Oh, absolutely. We started 4 years ago, and we usually have been doing this at Beyond Baroque.
Oh, wow.
So this is
And I
great.
think Beyond Baroque is in their music video too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Has to be. Has to be.
So we've got time for the other filmmakers. They've got like, you know, a 2-minute talk or so. Or
Yeah,
if
sorry,
anybody wants to.
as I said, I'm looking at my phone so I can't see all the filmmakers. Let's switch to the Bathtub people right now. Tell us about your movie with Bob Burke.
Yeah. Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got this stuff.
Okay, so The Bathtub is a film that we initially shot in 2017, entirely on green screen. It stars Bob Burt as the sort of main character throughout the film's many adventures. And essentially it's based on a dream I had about a mute man who goes on an adventure in his bathtub and encounters various I sort of wanted to each section of the film, even though it's a 15-minute film, I almost wanted to sort of do a caricature of tropes from a lot of different media. So it's sort of like he goes from like the monotony of his own apartment and spying on his neighbors with this periscope he's built, to suddenly he's thrust into a love triangle, which is the part that Amanda stars in. And then he's thrust into sort of this comic book chase where that's this airborne chase through the air, and then and then at the end he is thrust into a musical scenario. And at the end of the film, he finally overcomes his muteness and discovers music. And so actually the end of the film, the last 3 minutes also doubles as a music video for Bob Burt's song, Neon Angel, which was released separately as a music video as well.
Cool. And did you do all the animation as well for this?
So the credit for that would go partially to me, but definitely I owe a huge debt to Nori Zander, who was the chief animator on the film. And we basically worked on this for 3 years together. We shot the green screen footage in about 2 days, but him and I together built all of these miniatures frame by frame, and then filmed the miniatures, and then Nori basically, him and I coordinated to where he could track the green screen, he would track the backgrounds to the green screen people, which was probably we reverse engineered it, which is probably the wrong way to do it, but I said initially, Claris Productions, the production company that produced this, came to me and they said, we want to make this film with you from the ground up. And I pitched them this idea and they said, we can do it. It's really crazy, but we can do it on green. And I said, okay, but if we're doing it on green screen, I want to be able to shoot handheld like I usually do. So that's where we came up with the idea to shoot it handheld and then track the backgrounds to the actors. So it's pretty incredible because we didn't want to create the illusion of reality, but we wanted to create the idea that all of these characters really do live in this world where everything sort of looks like this like surreal dollhouse. And I think that we managed to achieve that pretty well, and I definitely owe a big debt to Nori Zander, who is a very accomplished animator. He also works for Neil Adams' studio, and I believe one of his accomplishments is actually animating the Danimals monkey for the Danimals Disney sweepstakes commercials, which are have sort of a cult following among people my age. And and I also owe a lot to Kenneth Filmer, who produced it, and and Clark's Productions. I mean, they really made this happen.
Awesome. And as an actress, what was it challenging? Were you in the same room as these other actors, or were you all animated differently and like just kind of guessing what, having somebody feed you the lines who you're acting with and stuff? How was that?
Well, it was really fun. It was kind of like, so in my mind, I had to have an idea of what everything was going to look like, because when I was acting in the scene, everything was just a green screen. There was eerily just a bathtub, like it was just this whole green
This
world.
emptiness.
There's like green cubes and stuff and whatever. So when I play the first character that I am in the film, it's just kind of like a crazy old lady who loves soap operas. I had to be pretending to be watching TV and yelling at the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
Later on, when I'm laying in the bed, they actually had the bed come in.
But it was really hard. We built the bed, but it was made out of like hard tables and chairs, and you were one pillow on it. But it was like a hard bed. Also, about the two characters that Amanda plays, we also tried to structure it a little bit like the Wizard of Oz, where there's kind of like the doldrums of the apartment building, where everyone's kind of these like crummy sort of bum characters, and then when she goes on the adventure, the same actors return, but as these more glamorous kind of sort of pulp adventures.
Awesome. I hear some kind of demon talking through the speaker. I've got a poltergeist going on over there, but it's okay. You're in New York, right? Are you in New York City? Is
Yes. New York.
We don't have to worry about the poltergeist out here. It's fine. I'll ask you some more questions, but before I do, I wanted to know, Sandy, are there some other filmmakers in this room right now?
All right.
Yeah, we have other people. Who's this? What's going on? We've got other people as well coming in.
So where can people catch you for the future if they want to follow you?
What?
Yeah, where can they follow your work in the future? Do you got Instagram, website? What's...
I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything.
Just like scary noise.
Yeah, that's the poltergeist in your house.
Hold on, he's on the Zoom meeting. So.
Well, you can follow me at, I guess, just on Instagram at Mars Greenberg.
Like he's in the middle of the Zoom meeting right now.
What?
So, I'm gonna.
Mars Greenberg. That's the
Started
Instagram.
into
I just want to
I'm
quickly
sorry,
say we're gonna watch your film in a minute, right?
So Mars Greenberg is that Instagram?
It's Dylan Mars Greenberg on Instagram.
And then Amanda is.
It's Amanda Flowers.
Okay.
And then also, thirdly, the production company that produced this film is making a lot. They're taking a lot of up and coming and marginalized and outside the box filmmakers. They're a very punk production company. They're called Clar's Productions. That's KHLOARIS, and they made this happen. And you should follow Clar's Productions. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They're really doing incredible stuff. Kenneth Filmer and Nori Zander. Clar's Productions is really incredible. They've done a lot of really cool stuff.
Awesome.
Hi everybody, I just want to say we've only got about 10 minutes left, and you can watch the Bathtub. You can watch the Bathtub, which is going to be on. You can watch the Bathtub because it's going to be on all weekend long, and we have other filmmakers that we want to talk to. But I just also want to quickly ask John a quick question. So we've got other filmmakers we want to talk to here, and I want to ask John a quick question. Where are you, John? Can't see him. All right. So we got 10 minutes. So, all right.
Okay, so let's go to another filmmaker. I'm sorry, I'm finally seeing you.
That's okay. I'm gonna bring Eric. Eric, are you
Sorry,
ready?
the other filmmakers for cutting you shorter.
Eric,
put
are
me
you
on
ready?
with, whoever would like to go, I'd love to hear about your movie.
Mars, hang on. I'm just trying to get people in. So I'll start with Kevin right here.
Yeah, hi. Listen, I've got to go in a sec because I've got a Zoom party going on in the UK. Because that's about to start in about, 15 minutes, I think. But great mask. Great mask you're wearing, my friend. The guy that just spoke. Fantastic. It's good to see that you can wear a mask and you can still get on with life and still talk and operate, you know. I've got one as well, by the way. There you go. There's
Beautiful.
one.
Cute, look at that.
We love it.
There you go. It's a punk strut mask. So anyway, listen, I've got to go. But listen, I had my time yesterday, so I don't want to do anything. But if anybody's around, watch Punk Strut the movie at 3:10, right? It's a great, fun movie with lots of UK punk bands in it, and I'm in it, and there are lots of good tunes, and have a good time. All right, I'll say goodbye to you all because I've got to go. But have a good time, chaps. It's lovely to see all you filmmakers. All right? Good luck to you all.
Thanks for joining us. And,
See you later. No problem.
Hi. Hi.
See you later. Bye-bye. Nice to see you.
All right, who do we have?
We got Lindsay.
Hi. Yes, I'm Lindsay Lemke. I am the writer and co-producer of The Darlings. Also, I'm sorry, I put posted on my camera, so it's a little fuzzy.
No problem. Can you repeat that? There was a muffle that happened when you were saying the name.
Oh, yes, I am the writer and co-producer of The Darlings.
Okay, tell us about your film.
So this is a 1980, it's a homage to 1980s punk rock, feminism, and the era in itself. And so sorry, I've been moving today, so I'm a little fuzzy. So it's a short film. I originally wrote it. There's a lot that I wanted to say in this movie regarding the characters. It's kind of based on my experiences as well, playing in a metal band. I played guitar back in that day, and now moving on to filmmaking. And Liz Tabish and I came together with this project, and we ended up making a short, kind of throwing around influences of Nina Hagen, the Go-Go's, Cyndi Lauper, and making these trope characters and finding the vulnerability in these characters as well. It's also a really fun creature feature, which I don't want to reveal anything more at the end.
Cool. And is this on your tour of this movie? Are you just starting it right now, or you've been doing this for a few festivals, or?
From what I know, it's been circulating around the festivals. We shot this in Austin, Texas in 2018, and I've since moved to Los Angeles, so right now it's in the hands of Maynard Films, and Liz taking it around. I know it's won some, I think it won for possibly Portland Horror Festival. I could be thinking of another movie that we did, though.
And if they want to follow it outside of this film festival, is there a website for it?
Yes, you can go to, I think it's maynardproductions.com. And I don't know if there's a pay to see the film right now, but you can definitely see it here at the festival.
Okay, and Sandy, do you know what time that is? Or
4:30. 4:30 today and all weekend long. So 4:30 we release today. Yay! At the LAPunkFilmFestival.com. All weekend long we are. I am thanking you. I really love that film too. And let's go over here to Eric. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Hello.
Love your background.
What a fun.
Thank you. I'm Eric Skelp. I'm the lead singer of The Unsatisfied, and our movie Ambition Withdrawal is at your festival. Thank you for having us, please. It's about
a little bit about your movie.
The movie's about my band. It was shot 20 20-something years ago, and we recut it for this to try and just put it out and check out the festival scene and see what was going on. But man, apparently people dug it, so we're on Amazon Prime, so you can download it and check it out for free. But it's about my band, and it's about, struggling punk rock band out of the South. We're from Tennessee, and you don't wear makeup and love Iggy Pop and love the Damned and love the Cult, and we're more of a post-punk band. And we had to fight our way for this, and you just need to see the movie. The Misfits are on it. We got Marky Ramone on it. Everybody, it's a cool movie. Please go out and check us out, man. It's cool.
You'll
Awesome.
see it at
Are
LA
you
Punk
doing any
Film
of these
Festival.
virtual concerts?
No, well, right now, everybody's afraid of the COVID thing. So, the unsatisfied, my cats are wearing masks and stuff. So I'm like going out to these old folks home and singing David Bowie music, and just trying to wake them up, because there really isn't anything to do. All the clubs are closed. It's a ghost town in America, man. Especially in the South.
Awesome. We're excited to see your film. When can they see it on LAFunkFilmFestival.com?
Man, look it up. I had trouble trying to get on here tonight. But it's Ambition Withdrawal Redo. Okay, Ambition Withdrawal Redo, and it's on there. Y'all just get on the site and check us out, please. And we've got plenty of fans. They're from the South. They're supporting us, and I just appreciate it. I'm glad at LA Punk. We had Punk Globe folk have a couple of reviews of our materials, so we're connected with you cats out there. So hell, punk rock keeps on going, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so you're on tonight or tomorrow, I
Thank
think.
you. I love you.
All weekend long.
Thanks, Joyce.
All right, let's go to Fall Back Down. SB. All right.
Hi. Should I just bomb in?
Yes, you're
do we
right
have?
here. Yes, come in.
So I'm SB Edwards. I'm actually in Vancouver, in East Vancouver, which is where the film Fall Back Down was also shot. It's a punk activist romantic comedy, a full feature, which nearly killed me. Oh, the coasters came.
Drink
Cool.
coasters.
I sent coasters.
Anybody wants them, I got them.
Sweet. Oh, I'm pointing that's where Sandy is on my screen.
Got Punk Film Festival on there. Yay. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can drink some virtual beer.
Just that movie.
Yeah, so it's playing now, and we're so honored to be part of the festival. It's really great for us. We really do, the film is really for, punks and queerdos, and this is exactly the kind of hosted and co-hosted event that we're so proud to be part of. It's basically a punk romantic comedy. It's about a black bloc activist who's had his heart broken, and he's kind of thrown out all his ideals with the person who did that. He's in a very downward employment spiral, which basically just means getting shit canned from various bad jobs. I'm sure we can all relate. And then finds himself in all places of a sweatshop. And there he meets this very feisty young South Asian woman named Rena, who really doesn't want anything to do with him and would rather see the back of him, so they have a kind of feud. And I won't get too much into it, but as a writer, director, producer, I wanted to make something that really celebrates the people that I'm surrounded with and how amazing everyone is, and also just do a rom-com that is a rom-com and fulfill those expectations, because I do love and I love rom-coms, and amongst all the other genres as well. But then I've tried to sort of subvert it at the same time. And I do want to also shout out to Andrew Dunbar, Adila Dasani, Jackie Lai, and Amari Newton, who, are incredible, really carry the film in an incredible way. So it really is kind of all down to them, and I hope you guys can check it out.
Awesome. And what was the name again? And how can they find it on the website, like to follow you?
Yeah, okay, so it's called Fall Back Down. It's a feature. It's my debut feature, and our Instagram and Twitter handle is FBD_film. And then there's a website as well, which has the link to buy the tickets right now, and that's fallbackdownfilm.com.
Awesome. Did you self-fund it, or were you able to get any of those Canadian art grants? It'd be nice to see that they're giving support to punk movies now.
So I spend a lot of my life applying for things that I never ever get, but I can say that thank you, the Canadian federal government, because in this case it was like a talent development scheme to kind of geared towards parity and diversity. Which was long overdue, and it's a micro budget, but it was totally hands off. So we never had anyone interfering or giving notes or any of that shit. So it's like really the film we wanted to make, and I'm super proud of it as well. Like the difficulty was just making it with no money, never like creative difficulties. I feel like the film is like, yeah, we're really proud of it.
Awesome. And when can they see it at LA Punk Film Festival?
Playing now for like, I think if I understand correctly, the next like 2 or 3 days. It's like buffet, like go get it.
But officially it's on the schedule at 7 o'clock.
I look forward to watching everyone's films. Thank you.
Join us in person next year if the pandemic's over. Everybody comes back every year. We watch more movies at LA Punk Film Festival.
I will absolutely be there. I was almost going to come this year, and then I thought, well, it's because we don't have it that bad, so it might have not been the best way to go. But next year.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And Sandy, do we have any other filmmakers here with us today?
No, just want to give a special thanks out to Mike right here in Mexico, just for being here in the tech, and hi.
Hi
Thank
again.
you.
I'm Michael. I'm just a tech guy. I try to do my best to help with whatever I can here. Yeah, that's me.
Appreciate it.
Studied animation. Yeah, I do everything related to technology and design. So I do animation, 3D, editing, all that stuff. So.
Awesome. If people wanted to hire you as a freelancer, how would they? Do you have a website?
Yeah, actually, I do have a website. I'll put that in the chat. It's www.zmad.com. Or I'll also put my email if you guys want, in case you need to guys contact me for anything. Zmad TV, sorry. So those are my contact information if you guys need me. So feel free to contact me with anything.
Awesome. And I also want to let all the filmmakers know, and John Doe and everybody here today, that you're all being broadcast to like 1 billion people in Thailand, because Deborah, aka Feminine Oddities, is part of this new platform called Vigo, which is like the new YouTube for like gamers and stuff, and everybody goes to this thing. It's a whole world. People live in this thing, and it's all from Thailand.
Well, I call it Las Vegas because there's gambling in there. There's my room. I do like a variety show, I would call it, and there's comedians and there's DJs, but then there's also some dancing girls. So I won't get too into that, but yeah.
What is it? It's an app that you can get called Vigo.
Yeah,
it's brand
Vigo,
new. It's a new thing.
All right.
Yeah, but be ready. It's like Las Vegas. So just think of Las Vegas like it's stuff that happens there. Okay.
So
they're excited. They're excited.
Gilbert.
I look forward to seeing all your films, and it's cool.
So
Anybody
Gilbert,
have
thank
last
you.
things they wanted to say before we switch to the movies?
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted
Thanks
to say
so
to
much.
everybody, thank you for being here. I wanted to thank you, Gilbert. I wanted to thank you, Maras and Deborah, for being our hosts, and all our wonderful special filmmakers who are here, who are showing right now today. So please go watch. They're available all weekend long, and we've got from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock today, and the same tomorrow, and then we finish with an award show on Monday. So it's lapunkfilmfestival.com, and you'll see amazing, fun, vibrant characters on film and all this amazing talent brought together. And Gilbert and John, since you are our special guests as well, look and see what films you want to watch, and I'll send you over a link so that you can check it out.
Yeah, awesome.
I also have one other thing to say, which is that tonight, Fantasia Film Festival online at 9:30 is the premiere of a trauma film that is directed by Lloyd Kaufman that Amanda and I are both in, called Shakespeare's Shitstorm, and it's Lloyd Kaufman's adaptation of The Tempest. And Amanda plays Ariel, and I play Trinculo. So once you're done watching all the great films at LA Punk Film Festival, you can go over there, and then you can come back to LA Punk Film Festival once you're done. Because we got all.
Well, don't forget to just check us out the whole weekend, and I want to say thank you so much, because we're actually going to go straight into programming right now. Isn't Bathtub right up, Dylan?
Well, I got a question. What was the exclusive X merchandise, in case some people are just coming in? It said something about going to the X website.
Yeah, it's only available here. The VIP merch, and it's only available here. So I'm going to put it up on the Facebook, and I'll put it into the link as well on YouTube, okay? This is going out to YouTube premiere now.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Stay
you.
around for
We'll
LA
see you on
Punk
the
Film
red
Festival.
carpet on Monday. On the red carpet on Monday.
I'll see you on red carpet Monday. This is our red carpet. We've been lying down. We're tired.
And, and Gilbert, somehow or another, we need to get tacos. We need to get tacos.
Thank you.
But keep making films.
Nice meeting you.
I love that tattoo.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, my wonderful
Bye.
host. Bye, everybody.
Thank
Happy
you.
viewing. LAPunkFilmFestival.com.